Okay, so just a heads up, all the products that I'm going to be using are my favorite products that I like to use. Since I'm going to be showing you how to highlight and contour your face, I'm just going to use all the products that I really enjoy using and the ones that I use mostly every day. So first we're going to start out with highlighting. Highlighting is pretty much you're going to use your concealer and you're going to conceal and highlight your face. So everything that you want to pretty much bring to the light and you want to kind of like shine forward, you're going to highlight all those areas. So the areas that I like to highlight and conceal are underneath my eyes, my forehead, my chin, down the bridge of my nose. And so I'm going to be using my Pro Conceal. You can find this at your local beauty supply store or online. It's super cheap, but it has really, really good coverage. And I really just enjoy using this one the most. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I like to just use like a generous amount of this. And this is about 3 shades lighter than my skin. You don't have to go that light, but when you do conceal, you do want to go at least 2 shades lighter than your skin and like your foundation, just so you can bring out those areas that you want to shine forward. But I am kind of excessive, so I do put a generous amount of concealer in the areas that I want to highlight. But again, you don't need to do this much, especially if you're not comfortable with it. You can just start out with smaller amounts, and then the more you get comfortable with it, you can just add more and more. But now I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and I'm just going to blend all this out. Make sure when you are blending out your concealer or just blending in general, you take your time and make sure that it's blended very well. Also, when you're well, what I like to do when I'm blending my concealer, I like to go up a little bit on my nose, just about halfway of the side of my nose. I like to go up about right here. And that just kind of makes my nose look a little bit more narrow because I do have kind of a wider nose. So when I'm blending it, I just kind of bring it up a little bit more. And I just do that on both sides. And then when I blend in the bridge of my nose, it gives like this natural contour. So for some people that don't like to like snatch their nose completely in, all you have to do is just bring the concealer up to about halfway on the side of your nose and on the other side, and then it'll have this natural looking contour on both sides of your nose. So then you don't have to like go on with any contour powder or anything like that. And I forgot to mention that I already did my eyebrows and my eyes, put my lashes on, and I already have foundation on. I just use my favorite full coverage foundation right now, and that's the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. And it just has the best coverage, like hands down, and my favorite full coverage foundation. So yeah, just take your time and blend all of it out. So now we're going to go in with contour. I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown foundation stick, and this is in the color Espresso. This is about 2 or 3 shades darker than my foundation. And when you're contouring just makes everything look smaller. So areas on your face that you want to like suck in or make a little bit smaller, like if you have a bigger forehead, you put the contour on like the temples and around your hairline, and that'll kind of calm down your forehead and make it look a little bit smaller. Also, your cheekbones. When I put on my contour, when I first started doing it, I used to always just suck in my lips like so. So then you know where you want to start your contour. So just suck in your lips a little bit, and then you can see where you want to start your contour. So I like to pretty much start from the top of my ear, and then you bring it down at an angle, and that's pretty much going to let you know where you should start your contour. And then some people like to put it all the way to their mouth. I personally just like to go into like where my end of my eye would start, or not even that far. I don't like it to go in that far, but I do kind of want to slim my face in just a little bit. So I'm going to put some right in here, and then I'm also going to put some of my temples, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just a little bit there, and then my jawline as well. And this will definitely help any kind of double chin you might or might not have. But yes, that will just that'll pretty much give the illusion of like a dark shadow. So then it'll end up making your chin just look a little bit more snatched and not existent pretty much. So yeah, so I'm just going to take my foundation stick and I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to bring it down just a little bit, not too much at all, just on both sides. And then I'm going to hit my temples, a little bit on my nose, just a little bit, and then I'm going to do my jawline. All right, and then I'm going to take my damp beauty blender. A damp beauty blender is so important in this step. You really want to make sure that it's damp. It's going to be a lot easier to blend out if it is, and it's not going to suck up as much product, so you won't have to reapply after you're done blending it out. So again, just take your time, use your beauty blender, and just blend all that out. Also, when you're blending, you want to blend upwards. You don't want to go down, because you don't want your whole like this whole jaw area to be brown like you have like a beard or something. So just when you're blending it, make sure you're going in like a upwards motion and not going down, because you don't want to drag that down at all. You want your contour to be snatched. And even after this, we might go in with some concealer or later on, just to make sure that you have a nice sharp line so it looks clean and your face looks a little bit more sucked in. And when you're on your forehead, you do want to try to drag it into your hairline a little bit, just so you don't have any like color, like a large color gap in between your contour and like your hairline, because sometimes that even happens to me. So you just want to kind of drag it into your hairline so that all blends really, really well together. All right, and then your nose. I'm just gonna squeeze my beauty blender a little bit just so I can concentrate on my nose and try to be a little bit more precise. All right, and then we're just gonna go in with our powder, and I'm just going to avoid all the concealer I put on my face, and I'm just gonna like set pretty much around the perimeter of my face. All right, now with my favorite setting powder, I'm gonna go in with my Xoxo Buttercup, and I'm going to use my sponge, and I'm not really gonna bake because I don't really like to bake anymore. It just does a little bit too much to my face, and then I look kind of like a powdery slash cakey kind of look that I'm really not too fond of. So we're just going to take our beauty blender and we're just going to press the setting powder into our concealer that we have already had in on our face. And I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender real quick and make sure that there's no creases underneath my eyes, because you don't want to set any creases. No, not okay. So just go in with your beauty blender right before you set and just make sure that there's no creases underneath your eyes. Then I'm just going to apply the Xoxo Buttercup setting powder underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to press it in. I'm not going to let it bake at all. All right, now that is all set. After that, I like to go in with a contour powder. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and this is in medium to tan. And I am going to take my brush. This is kind of just like a kind of round tip brush, and I'm going to take the two darker shades here, and I'm just going to mix them together, and I'm just going to go over right where I put that contour just to deepen it up just a little bit more. All right. All right, so after that, I'm pretty much all done with my highlight and contour. I just like to, at the end, just take my foundation powder brush and just pat my face and just make sure everything is kind of like blended really well together, and there's no, everything is just pretty much seamless. So I'll go over my nose a little bit, my forehead, over my cheeks, And that is pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna go in with some blush and highlighter and then set my face, and then we'll pretty much be done. So for my blush, I'm just gonna go in with my MAC Raisin and put those on the apples on my cheeks. And I always like to rub it into my contour a little bit. But I love blush, so I always put a really good amount on there. And my favorite highlight right now, hands down, is my Becca Topaz. It is just amazeballs. I freaking love it. It does exactly what I want it to do. Every time. I'm kind of obsessed. I should probably, like, one of these days I'm going to do a tutorial with no highlight. We'll see how that goes. But I absolutely love this. It's my favorite highlight for sure. All right. And now I'm just going to go in and finish underneath my eyes and put some mascara on, and then I'll be right back. All right, that is the end of my video. Off camera, I just put some NYX lingerie in the shade Teddy on my lips. And that is all. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really hope it was informational and you guys could take something from it. If you guys have any other suggestions on any other videos you would like me to make for you, please just put those in the description box below. Always, it was so much fun making this video for you guys. If you have any questions, put them right down below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Until the next one, bye.